June 1967. Middle East. Tensions have been running high for weeks. Egypt's President Nasser had sent in a couple of his divisions to Syria as a symbolic show of Arab unity against Israeli provocation. Israel was secretly preparing to attack the Arab armies for over a decade, well armed with the latest Western-made military equipment. And then it happens. Early morning on the 5th of June, Israel makes a preemptive strike on Egypt and delivers a devastating blow. The Egyptian Air Force is all but wiped out on the ground. Their air bases, runways and facilities lay in ruins from heavy aerial bombings by the invading Israeli Air Force. Nasser's MiGs don't even get a chance to take off. Egyptian Air Force, Israel turns its eyes on another of its neighbors, Jordan. Israel is super confident, and it's just a matter of time to annihilate Jordanian Air Force and bring Jordan to its knees. So the next wave of Israeli aircraft arrive over the Jordanian sky around midday of June 5th. It should be an easy task for the French-built Mystères and Super Mystères to finish the job and go home. But then the most unexpected thing happens. A young Pakistan Air Force pilot, flight lieutenant of the then East Bengal origin, had arrived in Jordan 6 months earlier to train their pilots. Fearing the breakout of a war, the ill-prepared Jordanians asked Saiful Azam and his fellow officer, Sarwar Shad, whether they would volunteer to defend Jordan. These young Pakistanis agreed, and Israeli pilots were to get the shock of their life in that attack. Lieutenant was Azam, Saiful Azam. Over the 6 days of one-sided mayhem, he would only get 2 opportunities to take on the Israeli combat pilots in the sky, and he would make history. Azam and his 4-plane fighter group managed to take off just seconds before the Israelis attacked the Mafraq airbase and engaged them in dogfights. Azam shot down an Israeli Mystère 4 in a flash. His victim crashed to his death at the perimeter fence of Mafraq base. He gave chase to 2 more Israeli fighters fleeing at full speed. He caught up with one and shot it down. His wingman, Issan Shoto, also shot down another Mystère in the same fight before they landed at Amman airport. The Israelis lost half of their 6-plane formation in the single Iraq the next day. He was asked to defend Iraq from the Israeli air attack now. So he was again in action on the morning of the 7th of June. And the most unlikely incident took place that morning. Azam shot down a supersonic Mirage and 1 Israeli Vator bomber. Israeli fighter pilots had finally found their match in Saiful Azam.
راحل نسر الجو البنغالي سيف الله الأعظم في يوم الأحد 14 من يونيو حزيران عام 2020 أعلن في العاصمة البنغالية داكا عن وفاة الطيار سيف الله الأعظم عن عمر ناهز 80 عاما، مخلفا وراءه سيرة عسكرية حافلة وفريدة، كونه الطيار الوحيد في العالم الذي أسقط 4 طائرات صهيونية خلال حرب الأيام ال6 في عام 1967، كما أنه الطيار الوحيد في العالم الذي حارب ل4 قوات جوية لدول مختلفة هي باكستان وبنجلاديش والأردن والعراق.